Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dr. Schmidt, Mr. Bhatia, what role will LNG play in providing the power that's necessary for AI and data centers?
I'm sorry, LNG?
Natural gas.
So natural gas. It sure looks like natural gas is needed in most renewable scenarios because of essentially as a peaker plant. It also looks like we just need more natural gas generation kind of everywhere.
Mr. Bhatia, you mentioned in your testimony earlier today about concerns with intermittent power. So when we're looking at sourcing, what do you need? Intermittent, or do you need a reliable baseload capable?
Well, so we have obviously, we need reliable baseload power. Natural gas has the ability to be able to be a really good smoothing capability for and buffer basically for the ups and downs of the overall grid, and that's why I would agree with Dr. Schmidt that it's an important area, and it's an element, it's an area that the United States has a tremendous amount of capability in.
The power providers were here. ERCOT testified last week, and they said that Texas alone is at a peak demand of about 80 to 85 gigs right now, and that's going to increase in the next 4 to 5 years to 150. So, Mr. Turk, are you familiar with the study that DOE did last year? Actually started in 2023 on LNG.
I am.
What was your role in
So I was
Department of Energy?
I was at that time the deputy secretary, the number 2 official.
Okay.
And I was very involved.
You were involved with that report?
I was.
What was the title of that report?
I don't remember what the title of the report was. What we did is we asked a number of our national labs to give us an independent assessment.
Okay. When was that report released?
We pushed our national labs to do it as quickly as possible, and it
When did
was
Department of
released,
Energy release the report?
I think we ended up releasing it late last year or early this year.
Okay, so you actually did release it?
We did release it.
Were there sections that were redacted?
Not to my knowledge. We
That's-
believe
that's
very
what was
strongly,
reported.
we wanted an independent analysis to look at the cost implications, the environmental implications, and we did not suppress any information whatsoever.
Were you aware of the 2023 study's findings prior to the January 26th decision to indefinitely ban new export authorizations under Section 3 of the Natural Gas Act?
So we didn't ban we did the study in order to take a step back because we've authorized so much. Up to half of our natural gas production right now is authorized to actually go abroad and to be sold, including to China.
Why
What we
was
did was take a pause,
I'll reclaim my
did the study,
I'll reclaim
and then
Mr. Turk, thank you. Thank you. Pause, ban, we can debate this all day long. But why was the study not released immediately after it was done?
so it was.
So
We released the study
so
once the
do you-
experts finished the
do
study.
you disagree that the study was more favorable to LNG than the Biden administration would have liked, and that's why there was a pause put on LNG exports?
The pause was so that we could do the study before making decisions.
So
And to actually have our independent experts. And the independent experts in our national labs were the one who did the study.
okay. So the study actually came out, was released by Secretary Wright, and
So we released the study. The Biden administration released
in
the
December
study.
of 26, or December of 24, excuse me. And it came out as a pretty favorable with regards to emissions. But it was delayed by the Biden administration for months
It wasn't.
on being released. Well, that's,
It wasn't. I was there. It wasn't delayed.
It-
That's how long it took because we wanted a thorough independent analysis by several of our national labs.
so do you agree that the emissions of natural gas were better and more consistent and actually more favorable than what you claimed and what Secretary Granholm claimed in the attempt to ban natural gas exports?
So LNG exports have a very, very significant, very significant greenhouse gas footprint. So just one project, we're talking 4 BCF per day. That project itself has more emissions throughout the life cycle, methane emissions, but CO2 combustion when that gas is burned than 141
you haven't-
countries
you
in
haven't-
our world.
You haven't
It's
answered
one
the question,
facility,
so-
141 countries in our world. That's a pretty significant
So you stand by
footprint.
your decision to ban LNG exports?
Again, we did a pause so we could do the study,
stand
and so
by
that
that?
any Secretary of State could have good independent
Your
analysis.
your
to make
decision to do that is going to impact these guys right here. It's going to impact our ability to provide power for the AI data centers.
So again, that's LNG, that's being exported. This had nothing to do with domestic use of gas here.
Yield back,
In
Mr. Chairman.
fact,
Thank you.
In
The
fact, the more
gentleman-
we export, the more price